Probably one of my favorite questions. Probably one of the best questions to ask you, because I've always been incredibly passionate about food and about the warmth and the experience that food gives you. I come from a family of wonderful cooks and people who love to eat even more than I do. So I've always been around great food. That is how we gather socially. That is how we have fellowship with each other as family and strengthens bonds. So I've always been quite passionate about trying to share that with the world. I actually studied a BCom in financial management, which I hated. I did so because my parents insisted. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. As soon as I was done, though, I said, okay, now can I go and do what I actually want to do? And they were like, whatever you want. So I went on to go and study to be a chef at Culinary Studio. Where I graduated just over 10 years ago. To make that happen, I had to work 2 jobs at the time, get a student loan. Wasn't the easiest time, but absolutely worth it. I feel like when you are driven by your passion, nothing feels tedious, painful, or trying. So yeah, I studied at Capsicum, graduated top of my class. Then I went on to be placed at like industry giants. In Johannesburg, I was able to travel a bit afterwards as well. I've worked in a few places to finally get here. I've been an executive chef for just over 7 years. So from very young, I've had to command big kitchens, big teams of people. I feel like I've learned a lot, but I'm absolutely one of those people who's just blessed to have found what they're really good at, what they enjoy doing, and I happen to get paid for it. So it's quite awesome. MABU is fantastic. So I think that blending 2 global giant type of flavors and flavor profiles and cooking techniques is just really, really smart. MABU actually opened in 2022 in November. I joined the team 2023 in May. So the concept was formulated by the owners and the founders. And I think that it was fantastic. They found me and thought that I was good fit. I think probably from like my cultural background, being exposed to lots of Asian cuisine growing up, kind of gave me a bit of a leg up. What we do at MABU is exceptional as well. A lot of people don't know, but everything that we make is cooked on open fires. Everything on wood burning fires. We don't have gas grills, we don't have gas ovens or electrical ovens. Everything is cooked on fire. I think that like gives that African kind of smokiness to it. And then we surprise and tantalize people's taste buds with like interesting Asian elements here. I am inspired a lot by basically Korean flavors and Japanese flavors. So a lot of the fusion actually stems from that kind of region. So when it comes to menu development, I'm actually busy with now. Our spring menu comes out the 1st of September, which will probably be out by the time the list goes live, which is exciting. So come and try it. Come try it, please. So in terms of development, I mean, if you ask any chef, it starts with research. Research is important, and how I like to do that is by asking myself, who do I want to feed? Who am I expecting to come and eat this? And what kind of experience would I like to curate for that person? What do I want them to go through? You know, eating is a very sensory experience. So I kind of like to lean on things like, what would the textures be like? And how do I make those flavors exciting? Do something that people find comfort with, that they can identify certain flavors, but also surprise them. So I think, yeah, we basically start with research, looking into the people who I'd like to see, what kind of experience I would like them to have, and then ultimately the fun part is we just cook. We cook. So when I saw this question, I hesitated for a bit. I'm like, what's difficult? Because my confidence level is kind of cahier. So I was like, nothing is hard for me. Nothing's difficult. But that's a lie, because actually the most challenging dish I've ever had to make is it's a French dessert. It's called croque en bouche. What it is it's basically potato rolls, which is like a choux pastry little tart. It's like hundreds of them, it feels like, and you kind of like construct them to form a cone, and then you spin sugar around them like to hold it in. Very complicated, very difficult to do. So much respect for pastry chefs. Wow, very, very time consuming, and if all of the elements are not just right, it doesn't work out. So I think that was like the first time that I had like a little bit of a MTV over some food, was trying to make my very first structure. What I will say, what I learned from it is patience and resilience, as well as attention to detail, and just that don't give up. Yes, it starts to slowly fall apart sometimes, but then you just stick that stuff back on. In the end, eventually, after a lot of tears. So my managerial ethos is absolutely teamwork and collaboration and empowering. I am very passionate about training people. I like to leave people better than what I found them. And any opportunity that I get to do that, I go out of my way to ensure that that happens. So, like I mentioned, new September, we are currently in our stage 3, where we're cooking and we're tasting everything. I give all of my kitchen staff the opportunity to present their ideas too. So while I may not put an entire dish of theirs onto a menu, they might have a really fantastic sauce or a very interesting way to prepare something. And we never stop learning. And I think it's so important to always be aware that you can learn from just about anything. I think everything is important. Like at the beginning of our interview, we were talking about my trauma with that B.Com finance. But what I will say is the saving grace after having studied that is that now when it comes to things like menu costs and food costs, I am able to do it a lot more easier. I understand things differently because of that background. I have had an exceptionally diverse career, different styles of foods, different trends, different environments. And I think everything has contributed to the success. Like I said, we just stop learning. So you take a little poll, a little inspiration, a little knowledge from everything. I'm trying to feed the world. I'm trying to feed the world. I would love to do development projects for like big companies, like Words, and something that's on my bucket list. I would like to do some of their ready-made items. I'm just trying to feed as many people as I possibly can. Thank you. My fingers are crossed. What I think is beautiful about MABU specifically is that we've adopted a pattern of, we are almost at the point where the menu is seasonal. I think once we achieve that, it'll be a game changer, because what we like to do here is work with what is fresh, what is the most in-season type of produce, so that we make that item stand out and make it sing. I think as soon as we can get to like a point of every 3-month kind of a change, so that our customers do not get menu fatigue, and that they experience the best possible produce when that produce is at its best. I think we are going to. I think that MABU is yet to stay for a really long time, and I think that with the Asian African fusion, because there's not quite anyone like us yet, I think that stand out.